Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 37 of Deadbeat Son with your host, Tré Lamb. Today is Tuesday, March 28th, and we're almost done. You do all this stuff you needed to do this month because it's done, because it's almost done. It's good to be here, as always. I'm in week 3 of the new haircut. And I think I've accepted it. I've come to terms with it, and it's my life now. It'll come back. Don't worry, everyone who's panicking. I know there's a lot of frustration, a lot of discussions about it, but it's what it is, and it's here. And later it will be different. So that was a little bit of Avril Lavigne for you. I'm back on my Avril kick, and specifically my Skater Boy kick. And the main reason for that is, or a big reason is, I've been doing shows with Hannah Berner all weekend. 9 shows, and she sold every one of them bad boys out. She sold out all 9 of those suckers, and it's like 85, probably close to 90% women, who and it's all sorts of different kinds of white women. There's blonde white women, there's some brunette white women, there's some ones with black hair white women, and that's just Utah, baby. You know, that's her market. Basically it's 9 shows. The odds of me running into one of my exes were, astronomical, right? Like, and I knew that going in. I knew that, and it happened. It happened on the second show. Okay, first night was on a Wednesday. Did it all good, all's well. And that second night, man, I'm walking through the bar, and there she is. There's one. And I heard I was walking by, and I heard a hey, and I turned around and I said, hi. Oh man, you know that one? You know that move when you see an ex at a show that you're on? Oh, hey, she's with her new boyfriend. Hi. How you doing? Right? So that was, what a moment. It's a good time. And I'm actually recording this episode a little early. So we've still got 6 more shows, 2, 4, 6 more shows. And so I'll probably see a couple more. That'll, that's something. And if it's not one of my exes, it's either it's like an ex or a woman who either has or would have rejected me in the past. I was getting hit up from women on Instagram saying things like, hey, we matched on Hinge like 8 months ago, and I see you're at the Hannah Berner shows, and yada yada yada. Hey, I ghosted you a year and a half ago, and I just wanted to see how you're doing, see what's up. Get out of here, dude. Oh, jeez. I just hit them up immediately, like, hey, what's up? Oh my god, hey, how you doing? No, I don't do that, because of Avril, okay? Because of the because of the Skater Boy, dude. So, it's just like I feel like I had this dream in middle school where I'm just performing or I'm just doing a presentation to just all, these women, and that's what it feels like. I was like weirdly nervous. Nervous. But it's fun though. They're fun. So far, they've been a lot of fun. Jokes are working. I have a lot of, I got jokes that are woman friendly, young woman friendly. I take a little, I poke fun at them a little, but it's all in good jest. And I'm not tall, so that I think eases the blow a little bit. But it's been fun. It's been really cool. Hannah's super cool. And that's shit. That's about all I have to say about that. That's actually not all I have to say about it, because I noticed, some since I've been, getting a little more attention online for my comedy, when women know me from that, they and they're talking to me or whatever, like, they would say, I've been on dates with women where we're having a good time, we're hanging out, and then like either during the date or at the end of it, they'll say something like, "Hey, so can you like follow me back on Instagram?" And it just it just puts a weird taste in my mouth. It's just kind of like, jeez, man, you showed your hand. Is this all I am to you, lady? Huh? That's all you want? Oh, that's all I'm good for, huh? That's it, huh? You just wanted to follow back, huh? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting used. And I'm all right with it. You know what I mean? Whatever. If I had, what the hell do I care, dude? Will you follow me back? I don't. Let me make that clear. I don't. I never follow them back on Instagram. But God bless them for trying, I guess. I don't know. That, like, what if dudes did that, if they just said what they really wanted at the end of dates, it wouldn't fly. We have a lovely evening, maybe take her to a dinner, maybe a lunch. Oh, let me write that down. Them to lunch. So if guys did that, you have a nice date, have a lovely evening, good conversation, and at the end of the date, the guy goes, "Hey, so will you like suck my dick real quick, I don't know, that's it. Will you just sit on my face real quick, And he'd be like, "Oh, what? What? Excuse me? What? Ugh. What? Here in parking lot? It's not. It's just like, let's keep the illusion going that you're a chill person. Can we keep that going for a minute? Can we just pretend like I'm a human being for a second? I don't know. But it's nice. It's nice to be used. That's new, as a guy. Is to, just want to be, they just want to use me. That's okay. Everyone gets used in one way or another. Some guys get used for their money. Some guys get used for their, some big old dick, but, and then guys like me, some guys get used for their, for their height. But guys like me who have none of that, you got to get popular on Instagram, I guess. So anyway, it's like a fever dream though. Oh yeah, this is what I wrote down. This is what hey fellas, this is I have friends who are women who will share their griefs with me about dudes taking them on dates to stuff, and it's like it's always the same thing. It's like I don't want to go to drinks. Ugh, I'm getting drinks. What am I gonna get drunk with you and have to navigate that while I'm drunk on a first date? Yeah, right, dude. You know. So what I would do. Here's the move. You gotta take them to lunch. All right, fellas. Take a lady to lunch. You're playing a slightly longer game, but it's slight. Depends on the kind of lady too, if she's down for that, you know, but a lot of them are. It's like there's no not a huge commitment, you know, because like when you do dinner or drinks, that's like late in it's like in the evening or at night, and then there's all this like there's all this tension in a way of like, oh, well, it's nighttime now. Are we going on, you know what I mean? Are we doing that? Are we doing this and that? You gonna sit on my face? Are we doing something? Or, you know, there's like that whole thing. And then especially if you're drinking, now you're drunk and you're like, that's why you take them to lunch. You gotta take them to lunch. It's you know, no strings. It's just like, hey, we're gonna meet up. Treat them like a coworker. You know what I mean? At first, then you treat them like no. You just be cordial. You know what I mean? Show that you're cool and that you're chill. I know it might sound lame, but do it. Take them to lunch and have a nice lunch. Lunch isn't that expensive. Not as expensive as dinner or drinks either. Do a nice little lunch. Get to know each other. It's daytime. Pressure's off, and you got the whole. You get the whole rest of the day still. So it's not like there's not that whole thing like, oh, do I spend the whole day and night with him? That's not gonna happen, right? You go to lunch. You do the lunch. Make her laugh. Get the fuck out of there, dude. Okay, take her to lunch, bro. You know what I mean? Get her a slice. Get her a slice. Get her a slice of pizza. Get her a frickin', thing of cauliflower wings, or whatever. Maybe a chicken wrap, okay? And then just get the fuck out of there, dude. Because then they're going to be thinking about you the rest of at least for that afternoon, right? If, maybe she'll have another date with a dude in the evening who's took her to dinner and she's way more psyched about it. But, whatever. Point is, you got to just plant that seed. And she'll be thinking about you. She'll be like, wow, what a nice time. And he didn't like fucking make a move. Like what? Now they get insecure. This is why it's good. Now they're insecure. Because they're so used to guys just like going right for it. Just like, hey, you want to sit on my face. They're used to that. It happens all the time, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But they're getting that constant attention and whatever, compliments, all that stuff. They're getting that ego boost all the time, right? Take them to lunch. Be nice. Don't be nice. So, tell her whatever. She's hey, wow, you look great. Ask her about herself, and then if you don't make like a real push for it, they'll either they'll leave going like, oh, was he like, oh, what's up with him? He didn't really come at me the way every other guy does. And I think, and then just being in her thoughts like that is a good move. However, you can't be too disinterested. You can't be disinterested. Otherwise they're going to leave going like, well, he didn't like me. So actually, I think that works too. They leave going, oh, well, he didn't really like me, I guess. And then they're like, but why? Why didn't he like me? What's up with me? Now you're in her fucking head, dude. Now you're in her head. And then give it a little time, give it a little space. And then you go, and then you hit her with the, I had a nice time. I had a lovely time. You want to go out again soon? She's going to be on it, dude. She's going to be on it. So if you can do that. Don't be a nice guy. God forbid she leaves thinking like, oh, he's a nice guy. TM. You don't want that. You don't be a nice guy, because nice guys are like the precursor to, school shooters. Don't be a nice guy. Don't be that. But like, be nice. Don't be a nice guy. You know what I mean? Just be real. Just be a normal person. Just be a normal person who treats her like a person. And then she'll be all up in you. She will be inside you, buddy. Okay? That's my advice for guys who are, if you're into a lady, it's like a good amount of effort, but it also shows, you gotta respect yourself too a little bit, right? And then you gotta at least pretend, you gotta at least show that make her think that you have self-respect. Though, maybe you don't. That's fine. I go in and out of it. But yeah, you gotta you gotta act like you are also unsure, maybe, or you're also trying to figure out if this person's gonna be good for you, even though you don't give a fuck. If you're just trying to, whatever. There are guys who can pull it off though, and God bless them, who can just meet a gal and say, "Hey, you and me tonight," and they're like, I've never seen it happen. I mean, but I don't have very tall friends, so I don't know. It probably works. I did see it in college, actually. I did see that in college. One time, I was really, I used to drink when I was in college. I used to party. And I was really drunk at this party, and I was like dancing with this woman. We were chatting, we were dancing, we were laughing, we were having a good time. We started started making out in this party, dude. It was wild. And then whatever, song ends. She goes with her friends. I go over to my friends. I tell them like, "Yo, this is like, I think she's really into me. I think things are gonna progress this evening. You know what I mean? Gonna need the bunk to myself tonight, boys." And then I went to find her in the party, and I went up to the wrong woman. I went up to a different woman because I was just I didn't have my wits about me. So I went up to a different woman and started like dancing with her a bit. And then I was like, "Hey," asking her, like, "Hey, you ready? Did you want to keep this going? You want to get out of here?" And she was like, "Nah, not really." And I was so perplexed. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I went back over to my buds. I was like, I don't know what happened in that 15, 30 seconds. Like, what the heck? And then I saw the actual woman, like, walking out with her friends, and she was, like, giving me looks and kind of, like, mean looks. And I was like, I looked at her. Then I looked at the one that I had just made a move on. And I was like, oh, my God, dude. It's not her. So not only did I screw up, what could have been a lovely evening with this woman that definitely had a connection with, I also was a freaking creep to this other woman for no reason. Oh, you love to hear it, man. Oh, that's not. Oops, that's an oops. That's an oopsie if I ever heard one. Yeah, my bad. So be careful, fellas. You know what I mean? Know who you're talking to. That's got to be extra tough in Utah. You're trying to navigate a sea of Brinleys and Kayleys and Haleys and Brightleys and all the Lees. You know, that's Leeigh. It's freaking EY. It's all the spelling. My first kiss was with a woman named Kaylee. Kaylee, I don't remember her last name. Actually, I think I do. But I think she was lying about it. I do. I met her at a after-school daycare. Okay, I was about 8 years old, and she was 12. Your boy could get it. Okay, your boy was getting it at 8 years old. That 12-year-old saw something in my 8-year-old and was like, I want that. Which, looking back, is pretty insane, right? Like, that's weird. We're kids, yes, but that's weird. So, anyway, there was one night, man, where I had to sleep at this daycare a lot. I had to sleep there because my mom worked the late night shifts. So I would have dinner. I would show up there for dinner, and then stay the evening, and then spend the night. And one night, and then so did Kaylee. And one night, before we went off to bed, there was a boys' room and a girls' room. This is before the LGBTQA plus movement, so they didn't have a non-binary bedroom yet. They did have a little loft though, which every now and then a kid would sleep on. But anyway, there was like a loft, and then beneath it was this little play area, kind of like a cove, but just with all the toy boxes and stuff like that, because there were like legit, toddlers and stuff that were there too. And one night before we went off to bed, she said, "Meet me out after they turn the lights off. Meet me out in the living room." Or she gave me a time. She said, "Meet me at freaking 11." And I was like, okay. And I just laid there in my bunk bed, awake, laying on top of a freaking mattress pee pad. Not that I was wet in the bed, but maybe somebody before me had. And I was just laying there. I was just wide awake, just laying, kept checking my watch, And sure enough, I snuck out. I snuck out of the bedroom. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 2 other kids and a baby sleeping in my room. And then I went out there, and then she was already out there. She's 12. She's a little more wise, a little more punctual. And she's already sitting out there, and we're there, and we're kind of whispering. We're kind of talking, kind of whispering. And we go into that little cove under the loft. And there's some 5-year-old, some freaking, child sleeping above us. And I think she asked me if I had had a kiss before, and I said no. Or I think I actually said just my mom, which is a weird thing to say. But I was a child. And she said, something like, how about this? And she leaned in and she gave me a smooch. And I had kaleidoscopic vision. It just went whoa, whoa, whoa. And that was cool. And then one day, we went to the same school. One day at recess, I was playing tag on a play structure, on a jungle gym, if you will, play structure. And I was it. I was it in tag. And she found me at recess, and she said, hey, she was I was on the play structure, hanging off of a bar or something, chasing my friend. And she ran up to me and she said, hey, sorry to break your heart, but I like somebody else. And then she ran away. She ran away. I don't know. Yeah. She just. I wish I could do that now. Still. Just literally run away from like dealing with reaction. Anytime. Oh man, if I could do that when breaking up with a woman, just be like, hey, this just isn't working. I don't think we're compatible. Like, it's just not gonna, it's not gonna work. I don't think this is right anymore. And then instead of like sitting there for another hour crying together and like talking about stuff and like consoling her, I could just fucking run away, dude. Oh boy. What I would give to just run away from that. And then they're just left there. I mean, maybe that's, I don't know, man. You can't do that. You got to sit there. It's the right thing to do. But, man, is that an effective breakup method, What a way to leave somebody's life. You know what I mean? You're, you've been dating for a few months and you're just like, yeah, this is just not going to work out for me anymore. I don't really feel the connection anymore. And then, anyway. And then you're out of there, dude. That's gold. That's good stuff, baby. I got a Steve-O shirt on today. I don't know if you can see it. I got some Steve-O merch on today, dude. Steve-O is like... What I love about him now, I think I like him more now because I don't realize how funny... I don't think he realizes how funny he's being. Because he's like all about sobriety and self-improvement, self-care, all that kind of stuff. And he's real... He's like, all into animals and saving stuff. And he's a little judgmental about it, too. It seems he comes off a little judgmental about it. When he's, he'll be on his podcast and he'll just be saying like,
dude, it's just a shame, man. It's just a shame that people, choose to abuse their bodies. And ever since I've been sober, I just see all these people abusing their bodies for entertainment, and it's just really sad to see what people are doing to themselves.
I'm like, hey man, didn't you put a fish hook through your mouth and then go diving with sharks? I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
It's just so crazy that people do this to themselves. I really think people should take more responsibility and try to lead a richer life.
It's like, hey man, didn't you put a glass helmet on attached to a tube with a funnel and then have your buddy fart and shit into that funnel so then it traveled through the tube into your tank helmet in which you threw up in? Was that you? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was you for some reason. It's just like, what a 180.
I just feel like people should be treating their bodies better,
And then he's always, I met Steve-O when he came through. That's how I got this shirt. I'm just waiting for that, like, a lot of celebrities went, went that route where it's like they're kind of, doing, holier than thou a little bit. And I'm not saying he's trying to be rude about it, but it's like,
I just think that there's a lot of, dude, there's just so much problems in the world, and I think that we all need to come together and stop shaming people for who they are, and we need to be unified as a country and as a human race. Anyway, I'm Steve-O, and this is Scroat Goat. I've painted my nutsack like a can of Mountain Dew, and we're gonna have this goat Jeffrey over here come and chew on it. So thanks everyone. Stay sober. And this is Scroat Goat.
Something like that. I don't know, man. He's always talking about this dude, Scott Randolph, too. I don't know if you noticed that. He's always talking about this guy, Scott Randolph. And here's the thing about Scott Randolph is I've never seen him. I've never seen him once. I don't know. I don't know if this guy exists or not. I'm starting to think he doesn't. And then he's just like a figment of Steve-O's imagination. Every story he tells.
Oh, dude, me and Scott Randolph were in Argentina, and we had just finished shitting and puking into a penguin enclosure, and one of the penguins flew up and hit me in the face with his dick, dude.
It's like, okay.
Dude. So Scott Randolph and
It's always Scott Randolph. I don't think he exists. I'd love to see. I want to see that. Session with Steve-O's therapist, where he's like,
Scott Randolph, dude.
And they're like, Steve-O, is Scott Randolph in the room with you right now?
And he's like, yeah, dude, he's sitting right over there.
And they look, and it's just an empty chair, and then you just hear Steve-O under his breath going like,
dude, Steve-O, you're so cool, man. Dude, Steve-O, you're the best.
And the therapist looks back and is like, okay. Does Scott Randolph tell you to do things?
Yeah, dude, all the time. Scott Randolph always comes up with the best ideas, dude. The other day, he told me to burn down this floor, he told me to set fire to a flower shop.
And did you?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was so funny.
What else? Has Scott Randolph ever been inappropriate with you?
Dude, no, dude, never. No, that's Scott Randolph.
This is a safe space, Steve-O.
Nah, dude, it's not. Dude. Dude.
Anyway, I don't know where that's going. That's kind of sad. And that's how we're gonna end it today. So yeah, I got a few more shows of running into my exes, I'm sure, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. This has been episode 37. I wish you all a good week, and check out the TréLamb.com for the live shows. Come see me in Vegas, April 7th and 8th at Wise Guys in Vegas. Still some tickets left for that. Check out the merch, and email the pod with anything you want to talk about. If you got any issues, if you need advice, if you have an issue that you'd like to discuss, if you or someone you know has been affected by Scott Randolph, please inquire at deadbeatsonpodcast@gmail.com. And that's it. Thanks a lot, folks, and we'll see you next time. Take care.